What distinguishes a term from a representation in contract law? This video delves into the rules governing contract content. Let's explore the key concepts and distinctions. A term is a promise about a statement's truth. It can be written or oral, forming part of the contract. A representation induces the contract without a promise. If a representation is untrue, remedies differ. Terms offer remedies for breach, while representations offer equitable remedies. Statements during negotiations can be terms or representations. Knowing the difference affects remedies. A breach term allows for contract breach action. A false representation leads to misrepresentation claims. Misrepresentation has three types: innocent, negligent, and fraudulent. Misrepresentation makes a contract voidable. Remedies depend on misrepresentation type. Common law governs misrepresentation, with some statutory details. Rescission and damages are typical remedies. The right to rescind may be lost in some cases. Contract terms outline duties under an agreement. They can be express or implied. Express terms are agreed by parties. Implied terms are court or law-based. Terms can be oral, written, or both. Distinguishing terms from pre-contract statements is crucial. Oral statements may become contract terms. Importance and timing affect this. If crucial, they are likely terms, as in Bannerman v. White. Timing affects likelihood, as seen in Routledge v. McKay. Strong statements can override timing delays. Written contracts often solidify terms. Oral statements not in writing are usually representations. Signature implies agreement to written terms. Lestrange v. Graucob exemplifies this. Written terms are hard to dispute post-signature. Written terms can form part of oral contracts. Incorporation must happen before contract conclusion. Methods include signature and reasonable notice. Consistent dealings also aid incorporation. Onerous clauses need clear incorporation. Courts interpret terms to find parties' intentions. Objective basis is used for interpretation. Background knowledge or factual matrix is debated. Courts traditionally avoid background material. Investors' Compensation Scheme Limited. The case highlights this. Parole evidence rule limits extrinsic evidence. Contracts in writing exclude external terms. Exceptions include partial agreements and rectification. Custom or trade usage can clarify terms. Ambiguity allows for extrinsic evidence. Oral statements can form collateral contracts. They bind despite not being written terms. Two contracts may arise, as in Heil but Simon's case. Collateral contracts bypass parole evidence rule. Consideration is needed for collateral contracts. These clauses declare the contract complete. They prevent claims of additional terms. Courts uphold them, but not for misrepresentation. Wording should be clear to avoid absurdity. Sinochem International case illustrates this. Implied terms fall into four categories. They are implied by fact, law, custom, or trade usage. Terms by fact are assumed mutual intentions. Officious bystander and business efficacy tests apply. The Moorcock case exemplifies implied terms by fact. Terms by law are required in certain contracts. Statutes often imply these terms. Terms by custom rely on local practices. Trade usage terms apply within industries. British crane hire case shows trade usage implication. Terms can be express or implied. Express terms are clear and enforceable. Implied terms arise from statute or court. Express terms override implied, with exceptions. Sale of Goods Act terms cannot be overridden. Contract terms fall into three types: conditions are crucial, with serious breach consequences. Warranties are less critical, with damages as remedy. Innominate terms vary based on breach effects. Remedies depend on term classification. Conditions are vital contract terms. Breach allows contract repudiation and damages. Statutes may define certain terms as conditions. Case law also identifies standard conditions. Poussard v. Spears case illustrates condition breach. Warranties hold lesser importance than conditions. Breach results in damages, but not termination. They are incidental to the contract's main purpose. Bettini v. Guy case demonstrates warranty breach. Warranties offer limited remedies. Innominate terms can be conditions or warranties. Breach severity determines remedy. Hong Kong Fur case introduced this concept. Serious effects treat them as conditions. Trivial effects treat them as warranties. Exemption clauses limit liability for breach. Validity requires incorporation and coverage. Incorporation can occur via signature, notice, or dealings. Contra proferentum rule interprets narrowly. Statutory rules also apply to exemption clauses. Statutory rules govern exemption clauses. UCTA and UTCCR set these rules. Clauses for death by negligence are void. Reasonableness determines other negligence clauses. Courts assess bargaining positions and term awareness. We've explored the intricacies of contract law terms. Understanding terms and representations is crucial. This knowledge guides legal remedies and contract formation.